Oil does not exist as underground lakes, but is the result of a geological process that takes millions of years, where microscopic marine organisms such as plankton and algae settle on the ocean floor, become buried under layers of sediment, and are gradually transformed by heat and pressure into hydrocarbons. This transformation takes place in what is known as a source rock, and over time, the generated hydrocarbons begin to migrate through porous rock layers, moving upward due to pressure differences until they are trapped beneath an impermeable layer, forming what are called oil reservoirs. These reservoirs exist only when three key conditions are met: a source rock that generates hydrocarbons, a reservoir rock with enough porosity and permeability to store and allow fluid movement, and a cap rock that prevents the oil from escaping to the surface. Different types of traps can form these reservoirs, including structural traps created by folds and faults in the Earth's crust, stratigraphic traps formed by changes in rock type, and combinations of both. Inside a reservoir, oil is typically found together with natural gas and water, arranged by density, with gas at the top, oil in the middle, and water at the bottom. And this natural layering plays an important role in extraction strategies. Reservoirs can be located at depths ranging from a few hundred meters to several kilometers below the surface, either on land or beneath the ocean floor, making their discovery a highly technical process. Before any drilling takes place, extensive geological and geophysical surveys are conducted, most notably seismic exploration, where controlled energy waves are sent into the ground and their reflections are analyzed to create a detailed image of subsurface structures. This allows engineers to identify the most promising drilling locations with high precision. Oil extraction therefore begins long before drilling, with a deep understanding of geology and the careful mapping of hidden underground formations. Once a viable reservoir is identified, the operation moves into drilling, which is one of the most technically demanding phases, because the objective is not only to reach great depths, but to intersect a specific subsurface target with high accuracy, often several kilometers below the surface. Drilling is performed using a drilling rig, which can be located on land or offshore, and its primary function is to create a wellbore, a narrow, controlled hole that connects the surface to the reservoir. If you like similar educational content, please like, subscribe, and share the video with your friends. At the heart of the system is a rotating drill bit attached to a drill string, which consists of multiple connected sections of pipe that transmit rotational force and drilling fluid down to the bit. As the bit cuts through layers of rock, a specially engineered drilling fluid, commonly called drilling mud, is continuously pumped down the well and circulated back to the surface. This fluid performs several critical functions. It cools and lubricates the drill bit, carries rock cuttings out of the well, stabilizes the wellbore walls, and most importantly, controls subsurface pressure to prevent uncontrolled flows of oil or gas. As drilling progresses deeper, the well must be reinforced to maintain structural integrity, and this is done by inserting steel casing into the well and cementing it in place, effectively isolating different geological layers and preventing collapse or fluid migration. This casing process is repeated in stages, meaning the well is built as a series of nested layers, rather than a single open hole. Modern drilling often uses directional and horizontal techniques, where the well path is intentionally curved after a certain depth, allowing engineers to reach a larger portion of the reservoir from a single surface location, significantly improving efficiency. Throughout the entire operation, advanced sensors provide real-time data on pressure, temperature, and drill position, enabling precise control and navigation. Once the well reaches the reservoir, it must be prepared for production by creating controlled openings in the casing, allowing oil to flow into the wellbore, marking the transition from drilling to extraction. Once the well is completed and connected to the reservoir, oil production begins, and the driving force behind this process is pressure, because fluids naturally move from areas of higher pressure to lower pressure, and in the early life of a reservoir, this natural energy can be strong enough to push oil to the surface without additional assistance. This initial phase is known as primary recovery, where natural reservoir pressure, often supported by dissolved gas expanding or water pushing from below, drives the oil upward through the wellbore. In some cases, this pressure is sufficient to create a natural flow, sometimes even producing what is known as a flowing well, where oil rises to the surface on its own. However, as oil is extracted, the reservoir gradually loses pressure and the natural energy declines, reducing production rates. At this point, additional methods must be introduced to maintain or increase output. One of the most common approaches is artificial lift, where mechanical systems such as downhole pumps are used to physically lift oil to the surface, with the well-known pump jack being a visible example in onshore fields. To further enhance recovery, secondary methods are used, where water or gas is injected into the reservoir to restore pressure and push remaining oil toward the production wells. This maintains reservoir energy and improves extraction efficiency. In more advanced stages, tertiary or enhanced oil recovery methods are applied, involving the injection of steam, chemicals, or gases such as CO2 to alter the physical properties of the oil, for example by reducing its viscosity, making it flow more easily. Throughout all these stages, the extracted fluid is not pure oil. It is a mixture of oil, gas, and water that must be processed at the surface. Separation systems divide these components based on density and physical properties, allowing oil to be stabilized and prepared for transport. Oil production is therefore not a simple extraction process, but a continuously managed system where pressure, flow, and reservoir conditions are actively controlled to maximize recovery. When the oil reaches the surface, it is not yet a usable product, but a complex multi-phase mixture containing crude oil, natural gas, produced water, dissolved salts, and various impurities. And before it can be transported or refined, it must go through a series of carefully controlled processing steps directly at or near the production site. The first major step is separation, which takes place in specialized pressure vessels designed to divide the incoming stream into its primary components based on density and phase behavior, where gas rises to the top, oil settles in the middle, and water collects at the bottom, and this process is often performed in multiple stages to improve efficiency and ensure stable outputs. The separated natural gas can be captured and either used on-site for power generation, re-injected into the reservoir to maintain pressure, or transported through pipelines for further processing, while the produced water must be treated to remove contaminants and is often re-injected underground as part of reservoir management. The crude oil itself undergoes additional treatment, including dehydration and desalting, where remaining water droplets and dissolved salts are removed because these substances can cause corrosion, scaling, and operational issues during transportation and refining. Temperature and pressure conditions must be carefully controlled throughout this stage to maintain flow properties and prevent the formation of unwanted deposits, such as waxes or hydrates. Once stabilized, the oil is ready for transportation, which is typically carried out through pipelines for continuous, large-volume flow, especially over land, while for long-distance international transport, especially across oceans, oil tankers are used. In some cases, rail or truck transport is also utilized, particularly in regions without pipeline infrastructure. Transportation systems are highly engineered and monitored in real time to maintain flow rates, detect leaks, and ensure operational safety. At this point, the oil becomes part of a global supply network that connects production sites to refineries, where it will be transformed into fuels and other products. Oil extraction does not take place in a single uniform environment, and one of the most fundamental distinctions is between onshore and offshore production, because each setting introduces different technical challenges, infrastructure requirements, and risk profiles. Onshore production, which takes place on land, is generally more accessible and logistically simpler, allowing easier drilling operations, maintenance, and transportation, while offshore production, conducted beneath the ocean floor, represents one of the most complex engineering achievements in the energy industry. In offshore environments, wells are drilled through the seabed from platforms that may be fixed structures anchored to the ocean floor, or floating systems operating in deep water, and these installations must withstand extreme conditions such as waves, wind, corrosion, and pressure variations. The connection between the platform and the well involves specialized subsea systems that ensure controlled flow and safe operation under high pressure and depth. Safety is absolutely critical, especially in offshore operations, because any uncontrolled release of hydrocarbons could lead to catastrophic environmental damage, and to prevent such events, systems like blowout preventers are installed, capable of sealing the well instantly in case of abnormal pressure or flow conditions. In addition to conventional reservoirs, Modern oil production increasingly involves unconventional sources, such as shale formations, where oil is trapped in low permeability rock and cannot flow naturally, requiring techniques like hydraulic fracturing, where high-pressure fluid is injected to create fractures in the rock and allow oil to move toward the well. These methods have significantly expanded global oil production, but also raised environmental concerns related to water usage, chemical handling, and induced seismic activity. Looking ahead, the future of oil production is shaped by two parallel forces. On one hand, technological innovation continues to improve efficiency, precision drilling, and recovery rates, reducing costs and minimizing waste. On the other hand, global pressure to reduce carbon emissions and transition to renewable energy sources is gradually reshaping the role of oil in the global energy mix. As a result, the industry is evolving toward cleaner production methods, better environmental protection, and integration with broader energy systems. Oil extraction is therefore not just a technical process, but part of a complex global system balancing energy demand, environmental responsibility, and technological advancement.